Well, former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis is challenging the government's handling of Bahamas Power and Light tonight, as he says the reasons Bahamians are seeing skyrocketing power bills is because of their failure to follow through with his administration's plans. Our Tyler Simonet has more on this report.
They have caused this electricity cost to go up. They are directly responsible for the inflation that we're seeing there. They're directly responsible for individuals' light bill going up fourfold. And if they were, if that had happened in the private sector, you know what would have happened? They would have fired them.
Former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis blasting the Davis administration for what he calls the mismanagement of Bahamas Power and Light, attributing it as the cause for rising electricity bills. Bahamas Power and Light and Watzilla have been hot-button topics in recent weeks after Prime Minister Philip Davis said that BPL's Watzilla engines never worked properly and criticized the Minnis administration's handling of BPL. However, Dr. Minnis stands his ground.
And we brought in the Watzilla engine, and the cost of running the Watzilla engine were a lot cheaper than what BPL had there themselves. In fact, the Watzilla engine was 2 cents per kilowatt hour it cost. BPL's inventory that they had was 6 cents per kilowatt hour. And now they're leasing a lot of engines. We had brought the lease component down to 50 megawatts. They've already taken it up to 115 and probably rising. So what they're doing without the Bahamians knowing is they're basically privatizing BPL, and we don't even know. They don't know.
BPL officials told media this week that it would cost nearly $3 million to fix the deficiencies at the Clifton Pier plant. Ex-Deputy Prime Minister Desmond Bannister has gone on record to say that the Davis administration had not upgraded that station for nearly 2 years since coming into office. Dr. Minnis reveals that there was a plan in place to keep the engines at that plant running.
And then they did not follow the maintenance. And all these things they're talking about, maintenance, they could always table the maintenance log. It's there, and it would show the problems. We also had a clause in the Watzilla's contract that if their performance fell below, the engines, if the engine's performance and production fell below a certain level, then there was a liquidation clause.
Dr. Minnis also warns the government to be careful of what they say about Watzilla in the public domain.
And as for those individuals who are coming on TV and all over and spewing all sorts of nonsense, they must be very careful, because Watzilla is an international company. It is the #1 company in the world with respect to medium-sized engines that we have in all the Caribbean, 90% of the Caribbean. And they must be careful what they say, because if Watzilla sue them, that's an issue.
Tyler Simonet, Eyewitness News.